Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name's John, and I am playing the Korax Mod, an RPG mod for Hexen, as it says down there. I love this mod. It's one of my favorite Hexen mods ever made. Anyway, so you may have watched, possibly, a video I made about another Hexen mod called Scattered Evil, and I made mention of this mod in that video, so here I am playing it and making a video about it. What do you know? It's actually made by the same people, and it's a lot like that mod, except it doesn't have brand new levels or anything like that. It just kind of shows off the RPG system that was put in place, and I'd say Scattered Evil kind of and expands upon that and makes it a little bit more complicated, but not in a bad way. But yeah, so this mod's basically, in a nutshell, an RPG version of Hexen where your character can level up, and you have talent points to spend as you level, or experience points, whatever you want to call them. And some new abilities as well. So this is going to be kind of a three-part video series. With the first video, this one, showing off the fighter, and then I'll do a video on the cleric and the mage and show you what's new about each of them. So let's go ahead and get started with the fighter here. So the first thing you'll notice is you have to roll your character, basically. And as you can see, the fighter has 80 health, he has 5 battle rage, which I'll explain in a second. His strength is 8, his efficiency is 2, and his speed is 10. So strength, efficiency, and speed are shared by all the characters. Strength is basically how much damage your melee weapons use. I don't know if it does anything else other than that, because the mage doesn't really use strength that much. But anyway, efficiency is how efficient you are with mana. So I think the fighter is actually capped at a certain low level, so he definitely has to use a lot of mana eventually. Whereas classes like the mage will have high efficiency and will eventually stop using mana altogether. So, which is possibly overpowered, but nevertheless. And then there's speed. Speed not only increases your movement speed, but also increases how fast you swing your melee weapons, which is kind of cool. So, and then there's Battle Rage, which is specific to the fighter. The fighter has one special ability, whereas the other two classes have multiple special abilities, the mage having the most. But he only has one, and it's basically Berserking. And so when he turns on Berserking, he has increased health, he attacks faster, he does more damage. And I think what Battle Rage does is, it's like a number, it starts at 5 right now, and it kind of ticks down to 1 at a certain rate, I'm not sure which. And then as you level up, I believe that number gets higher, so you can Battle Rage for longer, or go Berserk for longer, whatever you want to call it. Battle Rage, Berserk, yada yada yada. So, you notice I just did default. This is like the default settings for the fighter, but you can also do a reroll and just kind of do some randomized numbers here to generate a character as you please. It'd be cool if you could actually go through and kind of play around with these, but I'm just going to go ahead and stick with default, because why not? Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I definitely want to point out here, before we even start attacking people, is this menu. You access this menu by pressing the U key, if you have all your, your controls at default. But, so you can see, I'm level 1 currently, I have 1,000 experience points, and if I get 1,000 more, I'll reach level 2. There's also a silver system, which I'll explain in a little bit. Because, the way it works is, you know how Hexen has a hub system, and there's maybe 5 hubs in the game filled with levels? Every time you finish a hub, you'll by then probably gather a certain amount of silver, and at the end of every hub, you go to a shop, and you can buy items, basically, which is pretty cool. And you can sell items that you have that you don't really want, for extra silver, I believe. So, yeah, that's basically how that works. Like, certain enemies will drop silver, and then you'll spend that silver at the end of every hub. So also you'll notice here, you notice I'm moving around these different stats on the right. This is once you level up, this is where you spend your points, your experience points, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, so, well, let's try to get some experience points here, and I'll show you how that works. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started here. Sounds a little bit weird. Let me go ahead and fix that. I think I know why it's doing that. No 3D sounds. There we go. So professional. You'll notice actually he doesn't do as much damage as he used to, but that'll change as you get more strength, so no worries about that. I'm also going to change my mouse speed. Also professional. Let's try that, see how that goes. Yeah, that feels better. Alright. They're in here, I'm pretty positive. If I know this game, which I should. Alright. Yeah, see, normally you would be able to kill him with 2 or 3 hits, but now it takes 4. At least for now. Once I get to level 2, that shouldn't be an issue anymore. But of course, that always depends on, you know, where you want to spend your points. You also notice that enemies have, like, bleed sprites now. See that I've hit him, I've damaged him enough that he's bleeding. Every enemy in the game has that now. There we go, I'm level 2. Alright, here, let me kill these guys real quick. I'm already a little bit stronger. Alright, so now you'll notice I have 86 health, I have 6 battle rage, and now I have 3 combat points, experience points, whatever, they're points, okay? They're points. And I have 2 silver, by the way. So let's go ahead and spin these, shall we? Let's give myself a little bit of strength, a little bit of speed. Well, let's put an extra point in strength, this friggin' better. 10 to 11, why not? Alright, so we've spent our points. There's no way to reset those. Once you've spent them, they're spent. Although, yeah, like once they're spent and you press OK, then it's done. However, if you haven't pressed OK yet, you can still take them out and put them wherever you want. I just decided not to. Anyway, let's see if I can show off Rage. Here, I'll just see if I can try it now. Alright, Berserker Mode activated. Whoa, that did not last very long, as you can see. The screen went red, that means the Berserker Mode is over. So that only lasted for a really short while. And now you'll notice that number on the top right is like slowly regenerating. Once it's back up to 6, I can try it again. I might be able to try it again now, but it just wouldn't last nearly as long. Nope, I don't have enough rage. I have to have at least 6, apparently. I have to have whatever my max level is, I guess. Alright, so far so good. You also notice there's models in this game. This is using a very old version of the Doomsday engine. So if you use Doomsday to play Hexen, you might want to make a separate folder for this game because your newest version is not going to be compatible with this. You have to use the old version, unfortunately. But it tends to work for the most part. It's a little skippy right now, if you might notice. I've kind of forced the game to use my native resolution, which is 1920 by 1200, I believe. I guess the game doesn't really like that too much, but tough shit. Alright, let's battle rage again, shall we? Level 3. Man, that doesn't last very long. And you're kind of blinded. That's kind of the downside, is, you know. Alright, well, anyway, now we're level 3, so let's do a little more strength. But as you can see, like, since I haven't pressed OK yet, I can still divvy up where I want these to go. But I'm going to just go ahead and give myself more damage. I need 3,771 more points until I'm level 4. Is there a level cap, you might be asking? I'm not sure. I am not sure at all about that. I believe it just keeps going until whenever. I don't feel particularly more powerful just yet, but as you start throwing more points in the strength, you'll definitely start noticing it. And now I have 7 battle rage, so let's see how long this one lasts. Wow, that's definitely powerful. Yeah, that is definitely not that powerful. So I stand corrected, I don't think you get more health for that. I don't know. I'll have to notice. Alright. Now let's check something here. I have 5,854. Let's see what one punch does. Same thing. Okay, I killed that guy. That gave me, like, somewhere over 100, it looks like. Maybe 140, 150, 140-ish or something. So yeah, and of course, more powerful enemies give you more experience. Alright. I know this level way too well. Did I not just pick up the silver key? I could have sworn I just got the silver key. Apparently I did not. There we go. I triggered the trap, but I did not pick up the actual key, because I am super smart. Alright. let's get the hell out of here. Now, one trick you might think about with RPGs like this, it's like, John, why don't you just stay here and kill all the enemies and get the free experience? Well, I definitely could do that, but I'm not going to. But yes, it's a good idea to clear out levels because that way you level up faster. Completely. Next time we level up, let's see if we can increase our speed a little bit, so maybe I can attack faster. So I'm not attacking as fast as I'd like to. I think there's a weapon in here somewhere. Maybe up there? Can't tell. Damn, I'm definitely a little more powerful now, because I'm making people explode with my fists. I'd say that's power. I don't know what power is, but I think that's one of the definitions. I would just have to say. Alright. It's been so long since I played this. I know one of those doors opened. Alright, do we have a weapon down here? We do not. I think they rearranged some of the levels so the weapon placement's a little bit different. Ow. Let's level up here. Alright, let's increase our speed this time. Let's see what 14 gives us. A little bit faster. It's not very noticeable, but I think it is slightly faster. Oh yeah, check that out. So for the fighter, you have to be level 5 to use any sort of mana. So I can't even use mana yet, much less even know where my weapon is, but there you have it. Wow, that was pretty great. I think with the cleric, you have to be level 3, and then with the mage, you always can use mana, no matter what. Yes, I get the idea. I think my weapon's in here, so we're going to go ahead and try to find it. It's the Guardian of Ice, if you remember this game. I'm definitely more powerful if I'm making people explode. Oh, there it is. Alright. So again, since I can't use mana, I'm kind of stuck with using this in its unpowered version. There we go. Oh yeah, that's another thing. As far as armor goes, you notice I just picked up that amulet, which is a piece of armor. That was useful. Anyway, got distracted by that guy getting crushed. I think, if I remember correctly, the mage can't use all armor types. I think he can only use that kind of armor, actually. Whereas the fighter can use all different armor, and the cleric can only use, like, half of the armors in the game, something like that. Anyway. Let's see if we can get to level 5, and then we can stop it there. How about that? How's that sound? Good? Good. Alright. Certainly is a resistant guy. The fighter definitely has more health than the other two classes, which is kind of nice. And having this axe is certainly handy, because it has more range on it, I believe. There we go, something just opened up. Come here. How far am I to level 5? Pretty far. But nevertheless. Alright, let's do another Berserker. Man, that used up a lot of Berserking. There we go. Man, that kinda hurt. Yes, I know, I'm not level 5 yet. Believe me. Hard mode is definitely hard. I have to say. There we go. Oh, we got shield. And yes, and the puzzle piece. How are we doing now? Yeah, well, we already got 2,000 experience from that. It's pretty nice. played Hexen before, you know that sometimes his monsters respawn randomly. Which is kind of nice in this game, because that means just, you know, a little more experience you can pick up. So you notice these guys have new animations too for when they take some damage. I do not remember how to play these levels though. I should remember all this stuff by now. I just don't. Quite like running around a Doom level, Doom engine game basically, and just slashing people. This game's fantastic. You know, it'd be really nice if they made a sequel to this game, but I sincerely doubt that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure Raven Software just kind of went under. If you remember the game Singularity that came out kind of sort of recently, that was Raven Software's doing, who also made this game. I don't think it did too well, which is unfortunate. Oh, I've reached level 5. I can now use mana. Hooray. Let's see if we can find some. There's some right there. Alright. Mana time. You use it very... God, I only did 3 little whacks there, and I'm already out of mana. So yes, he is not very mana efficient by any stretch of the imagination. But there you have it. Now you can use mana. I now have 9 berserking skill. Let's keep increasing the speed here. There we go. Now you can definitely notice the difference. He's definitely attacking faster now. So you have to be probably past 15 in order to be faster at your swings. And I'm guessing if you get it up to level 30, then probably attack even faster. So yeah, the fighter probably benefits from increasing speed the most, I would say. I mean, especially because he's already a fast character, but you can make him even faster if you want. So, there you go. So anyway, well, that's the fighter in a nutshell. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the next video so I can show off how the cleric works. And yeah, and then I'll proceed after that with the mage. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll show you where to get this mod in the description below. Of course, you need a full version of Hexen to run this game, which I'd imagine would be extremely cheap these days. You could probably find it on the internet for like $2 or something. I don't even know. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you for the cleric video. Later.